This is Jack Joe here today, coming at you with an updated competitive build for DDD. It's my DDD deck profile for the April format. So I always do like I can like switch it up a bit. I mean, I've had I feel like you guys will come a lot for the competitive build because that's what you guys are more so looking for. But I'll have like more. I'll try getting a go second list out, and a guy even suggested like a no ban list kind of list. So I'll do that with my brother, and we'll make it like a video kind of thing, and then we'll like show our list after with no ban list. We'll be playing proxies because I probably don't have much of the cards because they're banned. But anyways, so right now this build I'm gonna tell you right now is the most consistent I've gotten the build. It goes full combo. I mean, not every card synergizes with each other because it's DDD, but for the most part, when I first put it together, I did about 15 test hands, and I had full combo every single hand, and almost all of them I could play through at least one hand trap, like Ash kind of thing. So this build's really good. I obviously built it to go. I'll explain more on like my build as I get to the deck profile, but for now I want to tell you guys I was in DC yesterday, which is the Dragon Rider Championship Series. So my last video I told you MKH 40 or whatever shit in my video about when I came third at that tournament playing DDDs. They hosted their third one today. The second one, if you guys want to know, like I played Virtual World for the Ghost. That was like Virtual World format. I just bubbled at 10th out of like 40 or 45 people, something like that. And then this one, there were 60 people, so just under cap. They cap at 64. So round one, I played Go Second Dinos. Let's just put it this way: Go Second Dinos is our play DDD. You know everything that you're doing is in main phase, and Dinos has always been our most feared matchup. And now they have Archosaur and stuff, and they're also one of the best decks for going second. Especially they want to go second now, so they build towards that. And like if they open good, no matter what you're pumping out, you're probably not gonna win that game because they just plus so much, and then they just literally just need just to get a pill and just kill your whole board. So anyways, played that round one. I played through, he ashed my Desires, which didn't matter because I still had combo in hand, but the only thing was I banished all my Lamia, but I still had one in hand, so my only tuner left in deck was Ghost, and I ended up just summoning the Ghost and just ending on the 2 negates with the Hulk. He was main decking Lightning Storm, which I was not expecting, and my cards were in attack, so it forced out Savage Dragon, and then on top of that, I had like Misk, Ovi, and I had to force out for Lost World, so he had clearly a really good open, killed me. Game 2 was terrible. He drove me and proceeded to nib me, which is 2 most high impact cards against this deck. And then he proceeded to kill me again, and I was a bit frustrated at that because I couldn't even play the game really. And then came round 2. Guess what? I played another Go Second Dino. This was actually even worse, I'd say. Round 1, game 1, he Lancias me right off the bat after I resolve a lure, and so I still pumped out a decent board, and then he Dark Rulers me. This is all in main deck, and he gets out a huge board, and I just scoop. Then going on to game 2, he had Nib in hand, but I didn't. That was the only hand trap he had was Nib, but the only problem was I wasn't able to get a gate, so I wasn't able to revive. I had a Ragnarok in hand, but I wasn't able to use an extender because I had to revive the Lamia sending the Ragnarok. So and both of these guys, when they used the Nib, they knew how to do it. They knew once you summon the Lamia off of the Alexander, that's where you obviously Nibiru, and that's highest impact because you need to have a follow-up at that point. So at that point, I was X2. You can still go top 16 at X2, and what happened was I got the buy, and I just said, you know what? It's a nice day outside, and I just spent the day out with my girlfriend and the dogs. So I just said screw it. Ended up getting like a free entry prize, so that was kind of cool. He felt bad for me, so he was like, oh, even though you're not going to be at the tournament, blah, 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 like, we'll still give you like free entry prize for other tournaments we're doing. So I'm pretty chill with the guy, and so that was terrible. And yeah, anyways, enough talking. That was the tournament that just happened today. I was pretty disappointed about it, but I might do the Strav next weekend, see how that goes. Never been a fan of like the virtual big tournaments because there's so many people that cheat and like could use way to die or whatnot, right? So anyways, I'll get right into the deck file. It's probably what you guys are looking for. Yeah, let's just get right into this, eh? So let's get right into this deck profile. I'm just going to tell you right now, I think I mentioned this, but this is by far the most consistent build I've put together. I'll explain to you some of the cards I'm playing, why you play them, or the reason why I'm playing them, and like what you can like other cards you can play if you like. Yeah, let's just get into this, I guess. So let's go. Starting off, triple Kepler. This is standard. Stratos. Swirl Slime, standard. Best material in the deck. You need them to start your combos. Usually, the better combos, anyways. Triple Necro Slime, standard. Triple Lamia, insane card. It's Lamia, like not much to say about it. It's a tuner. Just gonna speed through these because you know DD. Copernicus should play 3 of this. Foolish Burial, Alert Target, whatever, like DDD. You know what I mean? And it's a body and a Foolish. That's really good with links. I say that every time I showcase that card. Triple Ragnarok, you need to play this at 3. Best extent of the deck. Graveyard Special Summon. Tribute Banish is really good, level 8, and Special Summon from the extra deck is amazing too, how you can do both those in one turn, which happens actually. So that's it for the 3-ofs. For the 1-ofs, DD Ghost, Chaos King Apocalypse, he's for the combo, he's also a decent extender. DD Ghost, really good to open up sometimes over the Lamia. You're not going to go quite full combo, you can go pretty much full combo with this. It's a bit weird opening this, but it's also a lot more extent. It recycles a bunch of cards to the graveyard and then recycles cards when you banish them. So like opening these two actually works sometimes because you can like special summon this from the scale, banish this, and recycle the other card you banished. So it's actually really good. I like Ghost. And then for the last one, Rage. Rage is your boss monster basically in the deck. Shuts off spell and traps, shuts off monster effects from hand or grave. I usually just use his effects going second. I never really bring it up going first. You can, but never really do it too much because I usually want to just try and go for full combo and then see if I can get extenders through. That's it. I just dropped a card. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so here's the card I dropped onto the spells. So that's it for the, before I do the spells, that's it for the monster count. The reason being, I'll just put Rage back out here. The reason why I'm not playing hand traps is because, like I said, I just wanted this to be the most consistent as possible. I always wanted to see full combo. You're basically just basing this off going first. This deck fares pretty well going second, but if you think about it, combo versus combo, it's basically you're just gonna scoop if the other player goes full combo, and you don't have much room to play that many hand traps like most meta decks do. You're better off just going pure just consistency in this, and then games 2 and 3 you can follow up with your aggressive like hand traps or back row, right? So that's my theory behind this. Makes up for the better of the play of the deck. So Triple Gates and the Swamp King. You can play this at 2 if you want. It's all up to you. Depends what you're playing in your extra deck as well. I just need one of this for extender through Nibiru usually, and then for follow up for my turn sometimes. And then this is also like good for if you don't open Swirl Slime, this can still give you full combo, or just at least a fusion play, right? Without like having to use your Necro as your only fusion play. So yeah, play that at 2 if you want, like I said, because you're playing Desires. So here's the draw power Desires and Alert. Those are draw power cards. So these are just standard draw powers, 3 of each because you want to see them for sheer consistency. And so here's a new one I'm playing. So this card actually just became legal as of the last extravaganza. Jack in the Hand, I was kind of waiting to play this because of that, but Jack in the Hand is just so good in this deck. So cool thing my buddy pointed out about this card was that it's almost like for this deck, it's like a pseudo prosperity in this deck. It's like a prosperity because you're just getting to the cards you need, your level 1s. The only thing is when you mix this and Desires together is that you basically just you can work around it, like you can just play around it because you don't want to you don't want them taking a Lammy and then you Desires, you banish another Lammy and then you need to get one in your hand, you know what I mean? But you can still play around it. You can like activate this first or activate this first and save this. It doesn't matter. Or you just want to see one or the other, right? Like it's like you're maxing out on your plus cards, right? Like this card's like essentially your Pot of Prosperity and this is your Pot of Desires. Really good. This is your like plus card. So yeah, Jack in the Hand is actually insane. It's really helps with the consistency of this deck. I always like seeing it. Even if I see multiples, it still gives me full combo. It still gives me what I need. And yeah, you can just search like, you can even play like Tenny Spirit at Hara if you want to. It's another level 1 tuner. I just find it's a bit awkward because if you open it, it's kind of like a brick because you can't synchro summon with. You have to use it for like how because you can't do your full combo. But you have to, if you're going to synchro for Alexander, you can't actually use it because it's not a DD tuner. But yeah, if you don't want to if you're worried about getting rid of too many Lamias, play the Tenny Spirit at Hara over this. That card works too. I've been playing that a bit too. So yeah, or not over this. Just play the Tenny. Find room for the Tenny Spirit at Hara if you're gonna play it. And to pair with it is the Where Art Thou. So like this and Where Art Thou are like almost essentially full combo this deck. Because if you grab a Kepler and then Kepler Surges a piece and then you Where Art Thou, you have like so many. You have like enough to like actually make a decent board already. Like these two is like a 2-card combo for this deck, as long as you can grab a Kepler. And the rest of your deck is like just grabbing combo pieces, right? So that's why this deck is so like freaking consistent. The last thing I'm gonna say is that, so I guess I'm just gonna like lay all these out here, the consistency cards. So in my personal opinion, so we're playing like 12 consistency cards here, right? So sorry, I'm gonna lay these out a little bit better. Let's try to do this quick. I'm like wasting a bunch of time doing this, but so just so you guys can see, there's that. Here's the Jack in the hands, and then here's the Where Art Thou. So here's all our consistency cards, right? So a problem I'm seeing is that people are trying to play Pot of Prosperity in this deck. I've seen it a few times. Pot of Prosperity, okay, when I first got it for my Virtual World decks, I tried playing in this deck a bit because you do have 3 spaces, right? But let's just say, say you're going full combo, right? So you want to go for the full combo and you're playing Pot of Prosperity. Here's the problem, okay? So your main combo uses 11 cards, so you're left with this. You're left with this after, so your main combo uses 11 cards from yesterday. Pot of Prosperity isn't amazing if you can only resolve 3 unless you're playing a high consistency ceiling deck like Dragon Link I've seen play. It works out right in the deck, but I mean like it's not really worth it if you're just revealing 3. The deck doesn't need, you're better off playing Desires, right? But here's the thing, if you banish 3, you're trying to go full combo, you're only gonna have 1 card in your extra deck left. It seems good on paper and through testing because you're gonna get your full combo, right? Like you're gonna go full combo usually. The problem is a lot of decks you're gonna find yourself even with full combo trying to go grind through. Like not a lot of people are gonna scoop over that. You're still gonna find yourself grinding through, and this 1 card is gonna screw you over. Like it's not worth playing. Don't play Prosperity in this deck. It's not good for competitive reasons. Like I just said, you'll have 1 left unless you're not gonna go full combo. Then you'll probably have like a couple others, but I'm not a fan of Prosperity in this deck at all. It just really hinders your consistency. This is all you need. The Desires is amazing. This deck, like this will get you to combo like all the time. Think about it, you have 12 cards in your deck that just give you consistency. Like that's really good. And then you also have the Searcher of the Gate and the Kepler, right? So it's really consistent. It actually all synergizes really well. And then for the 1-ups, 1 for 1. And after seeing people are main decking Lancia, I went back to playing Call by the Grave and Instant Fusion. So I was getting really frustrated at the fact that people are main decking like even Drolls in some tournaments. Like it's just kind of annoying. So you can play through an Ash, but the high impact hand traps is like people are main decking Lancia now and stuff, and you don't want to play under that. Call by the Grave and Instant Fusion, you're gonna draw enough cards to see these enough. These are your only realistic like good ways to out hand traps. I have some cool stuff I can show you with Instant Fusion, and then kind of like mention other things you can do with Instant Fusion if you want, because I'll base that out when I get to the extra deck. But Instant Fusion and Call by the Grave are good ways to out hand traps. So yeah, that's 40 cards right on. That is our main deck. And we're gonna go into the extra deck. So this is your fusion package. You can play D-Arc if you'd like. I don't have room for D-Arc because I'm playing the Millenniumized Restrict. I really like this card in this deck. If you open Instant Fusion, you can keep this card out, and you can actually protect it from being destroyed. I'll get into that later. But this just helps you play through like annoying hand traps, and being able to keep this out in your opponent's turn is insanely good because this card can just suck up a card at any time. Because when they're going against this card, they're gonna have to deal with their card possibly getting sucked up, or like a card in their graveyard they need. This card's really good. This is a really good interruption card. So yeah, I really like Millenniumize in this deck. Moving on to the Synchros, we're playing 1 DD Gusking Alexander. That's your 1 level 7. Here's your boss monsters: Curse Siegfried, Savage, Crystal Wing, pretty standard. OG Crystal Wing. And let's go Formula package. Your Satellite Warrior package is pretty standard. You're playing Synchros, you're popping stuff, you're drawing cards. Card's amazing, especially against back row decks. Against Outlich, a lot of times if I'm going first against Outlich, I'll side Lancias, because what I can do is I can pop all their back row after they set a bunch of stuff and Lancia them. Or just Lancia them before I pop the back row. That way they can't recur any of their stuff, and they're basically just losing all their back row, right? So that's really good against Eldritch. I actually do that quite a bit. And onto the links. So Cross Sheep, really good, essential for your combo pieces. Your main combo piece. Gilgamesh, also essential and helps with the grind game. This card comes up a lot. A lot of people have to destroy this sometimes, and this card just really helps you. And, oh, sorry. I forgot the best card in the deck. So we're playing Ulti Hulk. So Ulti Hulk is really good. I find this is the best card in the deck. Main reason being is because since I have this one now, I actually don't have to use tuners. So if I brick and, like, say I just get, like, Swirl Slime and Necro Slime, or even, like I don't have access to a tuner, what I can do is I can just use those both and then just get rid of them, link them off, even if they're not tuners, like a Swirl and a Necro, or just a Fusion Right. And then I can special out Lammy and then just keep going. It really works. You can't do that with the Ultra Hulk, so I'd recommend getting the Ulti Hulk because it's just a lot better that way. Moving on to the Xyz, Dingirsu. So Dingirsu is amazing in this deck, man. So I'll just show you Zeus and Dingirsu. So these two are insane together, man. Like, this I find is actually just, doesn't seem insane on paper, but when you play this card in games, man, oh man, it comes up so much, and protecting your board is nuts. You make this card really easy, and what I was saying is that what you can do is, I'll combo it out later, but Dingirsu, if you go Instant Fusion, you can actually go for the Dingirsu and protect this. That way you have like a Crystal Wing, Hulk Pop, and then Millenniumize, and Dingirsu to still have protection on board. And then follow up, if you haven't protected, you can just go into a Zeus. It's really good. Zeus is really good too because for your follow up, even I've had it a couple times where I'll summon Dingirsu, grab Ulti Hulk, and then it has 3 materials, and then you can just swing, put a Zeus over for double material Zeus, or you can just send as well, right, and then just go for a Zeus. This package, I'm not playing Kali Yuga because I find this package is just, I find Kali Yuga is not insane right now. This package is just much better, far superior than Kali Yuga, I find. It is a bit of a money package. I mean, this isn't so much money, but Zeus is, I think, over $100 now. I got this back when Virtual World, before Virtual World even came out, so I was hyped on the deck before it came to the TCG, so yeah. These are the Xyz I'm playing, and I'm honestly just loving them so much, man. So yeah, onto the side deck. Let's go Triple Phantasme. Playing Phantasme because Dragon Link. Unfortunately, I didn't see any Dragon Link this tournament, but this deck actually is a really good matchup with Dragon Link. It all depends on die roll, but then it's all like game 2 and 3 after that, right? So we're doing the Phantasme and then the double. I only have room for 2 Dark Ruler. Against Dragon Link, you're going to draw 4 cards, so you just basically search your deck for a Dark Ruler, add Dark Ruler, and then fix your hand. You're going to win if you get this, and then you're turning off the trap, right? So that's a really good thing against Dragon Link. Then we're going for the other hand trap, Triple Lancia. You need to play 3 Lancia. You could even main deck this if you find the room for it, because honestly, Dinos will give you a huge problem. And then also on top of that, new addition is the Artifact Sanctum and the Scythe. So we're playing this because I don't have room for Nibiru, but this I find works really well because if you get screwed over, or even if you go full combo, you have Sanctum, like, you're not gonna lose the game against a combo deck. But if you get screwed over, which happens a lot game 2 and 3, like a lot, like they'll always have the one high impact, like a Nibiru or something. You can just set Sanctum and turn them off for 1 turn. So like setting this thing going first was really good. And then you can either like set the Lancia or summon this Lancia or the Scythe, and then they can't either banish or just not summon for the extract for the turn. So that's why I'm playing Sanctum. Really helps for just in case. It's a just in case card, just in case like a high impact hand trap, which happens way too often because everyone's just playing them. So yeah, that's really good to help you just come through for follow up for the next turn. And then for the last stubs, Red Reboot, Harpy's Feather Duster, and Orthros. I don't have room for Orthros in the main. This card's kind of annoying in the main. The fact that it locks you out is just you have to normal summon this card, and that can screw you over a lot if you're the amount of times you need to like search through level 1s. This card actually doesn't really synergize very well with DDDs. So I'll just side this if there's a deck that plays like Tikaboo or something, like, or an annoying trap that this deck can't deal with. This card still, you need to play this card in a sense. You still need to play it because, you know, there can be only 1 and stuff. You can't play around with stuff, right? So, yeah, that's just, I'd like to play Evenly, but I don't have room for it. Evenly's a hella good card against back row decks, but yeah. So that's the deck, guys. I'm gonna showcase you some combos with the Instant Fusion, and then some other cards you can play if you want. I'm gonna showcase you some of that combo too. Yeah, let's get right into that quick. I'm just gonna showcase you what you can do if you draw Instant Fusion. Just because the only reason why you can't go like your full combo with Instant Fusion because you need that extra board slot. You're gonna have your board slot filled once you get the play going with DDD Gilgamesh, because you're gonna summon the two guys. You're gonna have a full board, so you actually can't go like complete full combo with Instant Fusion. I'll show you how to make up for that really well. So I'll put Instant Fusion here, and I'm just gonna try to prove this deck's consistency. We'll shuffle up a bit, and then just show you full combo, because honestly I just get it like pretty well every hand with this. Gonna have to mulligan honestly if I if I draw like 2 Copernicus, 2 Necro Slime kind of thing, but you know, that does happen like not very often at all, but yeah, we'll see what we get here. So we're all shuffled up. Let's do half cut, sir. Half cut. Yep. And okay, it's looking pretty good. Jack in the hand. Okay, this is like insane. Okay, that's a crazy hand. Okay, so this is obviously full combo. Needless to explain. So Jack in the hand, let's just say our opponent goes like, a good player will probably take our Lamia. So they take Lamia, I don't care. I want this anyways. Oh, here's Kepler. So let's take the Kepler here. And we're taking the Kepler. Jack in the hand. Jack in the hand is like actually nuts in this deck. I love it. Now that I can play it, I'm playing it in my deck profiles now because this card is amazing. So you're going to normal summon the Kepler, right? Then you're going to search. Oh, sorry. I'm going to the combo before I even activate this. So you're activating Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion pays 1,000. You're going to summon Millenniumize because our opponent might possibly be playing Lightning Storm, which I wasn't expecting at all today. So Millenniumize, you're protected under any low or high impact hand traps other than Nibiru, which is really good. So that's why we're playing this. So we're keeping Millenniumize out there. You're going to summon Kepler effect. They're probably not going to bother hand trapping you, obviously, because you have a way to stop it. So you're just going to go through the combo here. Gates, doesn't even matter what gate searches. I guess it kind of does, because just in case they have Nibiru, you can still follow up with your Ragnarok play. Ragnarok's a good way to follow up through Nibiru, just in case they do it at the right time, right? So then you go Swirl Slime. You're going to send the Lamia because no one's playing DD Crow. That would devastate us right now. And that's going to summon your Genghis. You're going to banish the Swirl Slime. You're going to summon Copernicus to chain block your Genghis. So Chainlink 1, Genghis, Chainlink 2, Copernicus. We'll just Chainlink 2 is Copernicus, but we'll just go through here. Doesn't really matter too much to chain block because you have the Millenniumize out here, but does if they have Gamma, I mean, but well, actually, no, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. This sucks up Gamma too. So yeah, here's you got your full combo because you got your 4 cards, you got your Necro Slime Engrave, one of them the Tuner, the Genghis, all you care about. You got your 2 other bodies. That's full combo. So you're gonna Synchro first because they Nibiru you here sometimes. You want the Synchro. You always want the Synchro here. Go for the Link. Go into a Cross Sheep. You summon Cross Sheep. Now you're gonna go Necro Slime. You're gonna banish the Genghis. And then you're gonna summon the High King Genghis. This triggers Alexander to summon the Lamia. You're gonna synchro these 2. You're gonna summon your Crystal Wing. Touch me in defense, doesn't really matter, don't keep it out. Cross Sheep uses its effect because it's now pointing to a Crystal Wing or it's pointing to a Synchro and a Fusion. You're gonna be able to boost everything and by 700 and special summon this. You're gonna trigger this guy to special summon this Alexander. Now we're gonna use the Lamia and the Cross Sheep to summon Ulti Hulk effect, and that's gonna special summon the So here we go. So where things get a bit different. So normally you'd go for a Boral Savage Dragon, Borlo Savage, and then you'd send special, go for Gilgamesh. Then you'd have like your 5 cards after you special summon if you know the combo kind of thing. So but here you're gonna do this, and you're gonna summon Siegfried. You don't want to summon Savage here because you're not gonna use the Savage here, and you're not even gonna use Lamia. So you're actually gonna keep like a good amount of resources in your grave, and you still got this in hand. So if you actually wanted to, you could actually like I'm not gonna like overextend here, but just gonna leave this is just another card in our hand at this point in time. It was just meant for like Nibiru playthrough and just the extra search that we had. But I'm just gonna showcase you what you do like for the average time you get this. You're just gonna overlay these two. So these all go in defense, and you're gonna summon Xinyansu. So you're gonna go to end phase here, and since instant fusion starts at end phase, you're gonna use Xinyansu, and Xinyansu is gonna just detach one material. This protects it. You still have another protection. As long as you don't have to use it, you can climb into a Zeus next turn. So this can be a Zeus next turn, possibly. And you have your Crystal Wing with your Havoc Pop. And then this is really good when they have to go against it because it can suck up a card on their field and in their hand. Or sorry, in their graveyard or on field, whenever they activate a monster effect. So, oh sorry, what I said about Gamma was actually incorrect, sorry. It's only graveyard and on field, so yeah. But anyways, so that's really good. They're going to have to deal with this, and then you have follow-up for next turn, which is really good. Cut out for a weird sec. Cut out a good time because of we kind of got through the combo and I kind of explained everything. But what you can do, if you want to play something else, if you guys playing like Orgus for, I think it was Orgus that was doing it, where they protected the instant fusion target. What you can also do is kind of do that same play with this deck. You just got to be playing Verte. I forgot to pick up Verte. I was just at my house, but I forgot to pick it up. Anyways, what you can do here is you can just go ahead and in this case you could actually not even get rid of the Hulk. You could just scale this, get rid of this, and then climb into a Verte, and this special summon another card, climb into a Verte. But what you can do is say this is not, you didn't summon this yet because Verte is actually going to send the instant fusion. So let's just say we did this combo without instant fusion. We would still go into this, and then what we can do is just go Lamia effect, sending this, special summon, and then what you can do is just link these two off, summon Verte, let's just say this is Verte, Verte pays 2k, send the instant fusion, and then you can summon the Winda, and then you put Winda in attack, because it can be served by card effects, and then by an opponent's card effects, and then you can just detach this at end phase, and that's going to protect it. So you have a negate protection, and then you have the Winda as well. So that's really good as well. If you want to try that, that's Verte Anaconda. That's another thing you can try with this deck. It doesn't add any bricks. You're just playing a Verte instead over the extra deck. In the extra deck over the Millenniumize. It's one thing you can try out. You can obviously, if you have more extenders, you can obviously throw out more bodies. Yeah, that's hope you guys like the deck profile. Yeah, it's new, different kind of combos with the Instant Fusion. I like playing Instant Fusion on this deck. You don't see it all the time as a one of, and you don't search it out or anything. But yeah, I hope you guys like that, and I will see you guys later.